Welcome back to a new video. So today is going to be a bunch of block work today, block snatches, block clean and jerks, and some front squats. Same kind of rep scheme as I did on Monday with the 4 regular plus 1 pause front squat. But the block snatches, I originally had made the program be snatch plus overhead squat, again, like I did on Monday, but from the blocks. I decided to make it just regular block snatches to hopefully increase the weight a little bit. Not really, hopefully. It's only going to be 80 kilograms, so 5 sets 3 at 80, so it should still be really easy weight. But I want to be more aggressive with some of the days that I choose with the weights so I can build the overall strength and not just overhead squat myself to death. I felt like I did enough of those on the first 2 days. I felt like my phone just rang for a second, but we'll keep talking here. For the block clean and jerks, I don't know if I'm going to do 5 sets. I put 5 sets of 3 plus 3. And my phone just made noises. Maybe I'm insane, but it kind of sounded like my phone was ringing because it's not. It's just on vibrate mode. But anywho, 5 sets, 3 plus 3, block clean and jerk. Definitely could push that down to just being 3. Will be kind of depending on how I feel. And now that I'm kind of saying it out loud, I feel like 3 will probably be a better number since I'm doing 3 cleans. I think that will be very fatiguing. Then front squats, 5 sets of 4 plus 1, so 4 regular front squats, 1 paused one, and did some cardio this morning, but didn't do a full training session, and hopefully this will be a productive one. But as I kind of get through these weeks, I kind of want to figure out how aggressive I want each week's jumps to be. Because I started so light, it does give me a lot of room to grow and to add weights. If this session is really easy, then maybe next week I would do like 90 kilograms instead for the same 5x3. But I know for the first at least 4 weeks, I want to focus on the repetitions and the volume. And obviously you want to increase the weight so you can get stronger, but the focus is more so continuing to have that higher volume with the weights that are going up. So get these blocks set up and get this work done. But a bunch of block work and some front squats. So should be a pretty fun session. welcome to the end of this training session. So you may have noticed I made some adaptations to what I had originally planned. And thankfully, these are the ways that I want to fail. Not that I want to write down something and not be able to do it or give up on doing it. I want to do or plan too much volume and have to cut it down and not be increasing the weight and the intensity of the various sets that I do. So for the snatch work, I did the 5 sets of 3 at 80. I had 2 misses that were honestly, the first one, like I literally just lost, I just stopped focusing when I was at the bottom. I was just holding it and took it for granted and just drifted off. And you know, it's 80 kilos. I'm not going to fight for my life to run it out or anything like that. And I just lost focus. The second one, I got a little distracted. My knee wrap came off, but again, that was just me losing focus. But the rest of them were fine, and even the ones that I missed, like they were right there. It was just literally me. Maybe I can blame the heat. It's still, I think, 89 degrees, so it's 1 degree cooler than yesterday. But we got to do better, of course. But you know, generally happy with those. As I was doing the last 2 sets, I was really emphasizing, obviously extending, but really pulling through that extension and finishing aggressively with my arms. And it made it feel like I was moving faster, and it looked a little bit faster. They all look, I mean, it's 80 kilos, so it looks kind of fast in general. But I was really feeling more of a pop in that turnover, kind of pulling through contact. So not trying to pull it into myself or anything, but just letting the bar go where it wants until I'm extending. But then as I'm extending, trying to yeet my arms up or trying to use my arms aggressively with that, which I think is probably a good thing to do because it was feeling good with the turnover, and something that I want to think about when I'm doing stuff on the floor. For the clean and jerks, as soon as I was doing 70, I was like, there's no way I'm doing even 3 sets of 3 cleans. So that was just brutal. My low back was getting pumped at this point, or after snatches, and it still is. And I did 3 cleans and 2 jerks with 70, and I was like, I could probably do the sets of 70, but it's not like, even like next week, I'm not even going to want to add 2 kilos to the bar. So that, and my wrist was a little bit achy, re-racking it on the jerks, and I was like, you know, I'm going to be thinking about everything other than the technique to do these 3+3s. So I lowered it to a 2+1. I still kept it at the same weight at 100, and I did the 3 sets, so 2 cleans and a jerk. Everything felt good after that, and my emphasis with the clean was similar with the snatch, but instead of, you know, pulling it up like because the snatch obviously the bar is going to go higher, I was trying to pull the bar, like once it was going up my leg, trying to pull it into my hip pocket, because I don't generally get it that high, just because I'm longer anyway, so it's never, I don't think I'm ever truly going to get it into my hips unless I really have a wide grip, and obviously that would not be optimal. But I was thinking that, and I haven't looked at the clips yet, but it was feeling pretty good. It didn't feel as clunky as it normally does from the blocks. Now it's 100 kilos, so once you add more weight, at least when I add more weight, things start to get weird and wonky from the blocks. But for now, at least the hundreds were feeling good. All the jerks felt good. Some of them were a little bit sketchy, not in the terms of like holding or like in the front rack or anything, but because my hands are getting so sweaty out here, holding it up there, I was a little worried that it might slip, but I put enough chalk on there, and thankfully the bar accumulates some chalk, so it doesn't necessarily get, you know, slick. It's just back of my hands get so sweaty that it just drips forward onto the front, so not ideal in that regard. And also didn't do the front squats because my low back's just really pumped, and that's another thing I'm trying to figure out with where I want exercise selections to be, because today, you know, for all the clean stuff, I originally was like, let's do 5 sets, and I'm realizing that's too much. It's too difficult to do for the stimulus that I want to get. For snatching, definitely can get, you know, more sets in and more reps and all of that. But for clean jerks or any of that, I got to do a little bit less, and that kind of makes sense because it's 2 separate movements, and neurologically it's just going to be more strenuous. So it's good to kind of figure that out now with the lighter weights, so then I can carry that over to the heavier ones. The front squats, I'm just going to program or just flip them over to tomorrow. It's going to be easier to modify the previous working sets leading up to that, and I think it's going to make more sense to have it on there, because I would have had a squat day on the first day of the week, the 4th day of the week, and then I'll have a 3rd one on the 6th day of the week. because I forget how I have 6 and 7. I think day 7 is really light, so I think it is on day 6. So I basically have back squat volume on one day, front squat volume that I'll do tomorrow, and then on the last day of the week it will be just one set of 5, one top set of 5. That will be the next week's weight, or at least just more than what I did on Monday. So for instance, I did 120 kilos for the 5x5 on Monday. So the set of 5 that I'll do Saturday, I think, whatever day 6 is, that will be at 130, 135, whatever I decide I want to do next week. Probably smart just to do like 130, but I might be, because it's one set, maybe push up above that. We'll see how I'm feeling after that, but that will also be the heavy day from the floor with snatch and clean jerk. And I'm kind of excited for that day because it's a 3x3 snatch, and I'll probably increase the weights to what I did here because I should be able to do that from, it's 80 and 100, it shouldn't be too difficult to do. But the snatches are 3 plus 3, not 3 plus 3, 3 sets of 3. And then the clean jerks are 1 plus 1 times 2. So a clean jerk and a clean and jerk. So it's a double, and that might get modified to mirror what I'm doing here, to just do a 2 plus 2. But it might also be easier on my wrist to not re-rack it and just do 2 separate clean jerks. So we'll play that by feel on that day. But I'm happy with the session. I got work done. Got 15 sets of snatch, or 15 reps of snatching in, and 9 reps of clean and jerk work if you combine all the cleans and the jerks together. I'm gonna hang a little bit off the rafters and stretch my shoulder out a little bit. It felt a little wonky when I was warming up, but then as I got moving, it started to feel better and better. So I think as I build these weights up, or as I accumulate more volume, hopefully everything just gets stronger, and I just keep building up from there. But I am absolutely gassed. I was fixing some paint on my car. I don't know if I mentioned that last video. So I haven't been wanting to go to the physical gym just because I didn't have paint on part of my car. But I have that fixed now, so I can use it normally. I could have used it normally before, but now I can really use it normally, and so I will probably go to the gym tomorrow. It kind of depends on the exercises that I have and how much grad school work. I had to fix something today for that, and ended up taking a little bit today to do that. But the morning sessions only happened on the first day, and I'm not beating myself up too much to do them. It's kind of just like if I wake up and I'm really motivated on top of everything, it's like I want to go out and do stuff, I have that option. But I do like that I'm being consistent with cardio. I think that's just good to do in general, and kind of having that in the morning. And I think I mentioned at the beginning, but I did the stationary bike instead of going for a walk today. And I may opt for that just because walking's fine, but the stationary bike, honestly, my knees felt really good today. And I don't know if that was from the stationary bike, like that helped loosen up my quad tendons and stuff. I'm going to experiment and probably do it again tomorrow to see if that does carry over, because if that's the case, then I'll stationary bike for 2 hours every day if it makes my legs feel good. So we'll go with that. But I've rambled here long enough. Let me know what you think of this video, my ideas as far as my programming stuff. Call me an idiot in the comments down below. Make sure you do that. That is important. But I'll talk to you all in the next video, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.